Shinzo Abe's funeral has just begun. The procession has just begun. A week ago, the global great and good were gathered in London for the state funeral of Britain's Queen Elizabeth II. Now, many of them are on the other side of the world for another state funeral for Japan's former Prime Minister Shinzo Abe. But the Japanese, actually, it appears, are not that thrilled about it. Not least because it's estimated to cost about $11.4 million, which is about 1.65 billion yen. And if we convert it to Indian rupees, that's over 92 crore Indian rupees. But in the last few weeks, opposition to the state funeral for Shinzo Abe has been growing. Polls actually suggest that more than half of the country's population is actually against holding this state funeral that has begun. Earlier this week, a man set himself on fire near the Prime Minister's office in Tokyo. And on Monday, around 10,000 protesters marched through the streets of the capital demanding the funeral be called off. But on the other hand, the event is drawing Japan's allies from across the globe. In attendance are US President Joe Biden, his Vice President, I beg your pardon, as Joe Biden could not make it. Singapore's Prime Minister is also there in attendance, as well as our Prime Minister Narendra Modi. Right, Maha joins us on the phone line at the moment. Maha, the procession just about to begin. The state funeral is formally beginning. What details can you share with us at the moment?
Well, this is a big event for Japan. As you well know, that in the last 50 years, they have not held a state funeral for any political leaders. This is largely reserved for the imperial family, and that is why Prime Minister Narendra seeing some amount of controversy in Japan as well, because of the high cost of the state funeral, as well as breaking away from that tradition. But this is an important event for Japan for two reasons. First of all, Shinzo Abe was the longest serving Prime Minister of Japan, and these are the arguments being given by the government. Secondly, the circumstances under which he died. This was an assassination which clearly the Japanese Prime Minister Fumio Kishida said was a political assassination because he was killed in the midst of an election process that was going on. He said this is almost like an assault on a democracy, that when he's campaigning for a candidate, this should happen to him. So for those reasons, they believe that this state funeral was
この後、まもなく皇族各殿下がご臨席になられますので、このままお待ちください。秋篠宮皇嗣、同妃両殿下、佳子内親王殿下、寛仁親王妃信子殿下、彬子女王殿下、典仁親王妃久子殿下、承子女王殿下がご臨席になられます。上皇皇后宮氏がご臨席になられます。